One.
So that footage was me believing that Sunderland had just got themselves a last-minute winner against Burnley. But looking back at the replay, you can clearly see that Bar is directly in front of the goalkeeper. He's in an offside position first and foremost, and he's let it run through his legs, and it's gone into the back of the net. So it's 100% offside, and despite him not touching the ball. But still, yeah, it was a fantastic result last night. As you can tell, my voice is in absolute bits. I was there at Turf Moor. And what a display it was from the lads. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and chant and cheer. It looked like we've just won the league or we've won the Champions League, like a few Burnley fans have said. But I think it was a fantastic team performance. Defensively, I think we're outstanding. And we really picked our moments to go forward. We were really intelligent with our press and the way that we defended and the way that we went forward. And when I say that, I mean, it's very, very easy. And Michael Bauer said a very similar thing in his review to the game. It's really easy to just want the lads to press a team throughout an entire 90 minutes, but that just isn't logical. It isn't possible for large parts as well. The human body can only take so much. So we really picked our moments to really squeeze in on them when we saw that they were sort of dropping off in the tempo and lacking tempo in their game. So as they started to drop off, then we would squeeze them quickly for sort of a 5-minute period, and we're forcing them into errors or forcing them into hoofing the ball out of play. Little things like that I was really pleased with, because there has been times this season where we have used the high press and we've sort of gone for it for the opening half an hour of the game, just constantly high pressing, and then we're absolutely gone with shot for the rest of the game, and then we're sat back and we're just asking for it because we're exhausted. So we're really intelligent with our press, which I did appreciate. Ekworth made it his first start, which was nice to see. He played all right. I think he played okay. He made a handful of errors. I think he obviously still, as a young lad, he still has a lot to learn. I think he's a little bit too slow on the ball at the minute, but I think that comes with match sharpness anyway. But there were a few times where we were on the break and he'd put his foot on the ball and he'd hold on the play and he'd think and he'd slow down the play. It'd allow Burnley to regroup. But again, that's just something that comes with time and will come naturally with games and experience. But defensively for me is where I need to give it us, because Burnley, particularly at home, it's the first time this season at any team has gone to Turf Moor and got away with a clean sheet. Yeah, it was only 0-0. It wasn't a great game, so I don't know how long this is going to go on for, because it wasn't a pretty game by any stretch of the imagination. And I know a lot of people said, Burnley weren't at it, they were poor. I just think we defended really well. We made them look relatively average. You can tell that they're going up. They're a fantastic side. I've seen their displays this season. They're outstanding. When we played them back at the Stadium Light, we rolled them over for 45 minutes, but then they showed their quality in the second half. In this game, I feel like we just nullified all of their threats so well. And we could have got away with the win ourselves. With Amadou come on later on in the game. He had a shot that took a deflection, looped the keeper and hit the underside of the bar and just didn't go in. Amongst other chances, like I say, the offside goal, which you never know on another day with terrible refereeing. We might have been given that goal. But, like I say, you need to give credit to the lads. With Sky Sports, of course I was at the game, but I've seen a lot of the Sky Sports commentary that's been posted here, there and everywhere. It's just constantly the attitude and the sort of hitting it at the angle of they were on an off day, Burnley. I think we were just defensively on a really, really good day. Telly, who I think is one of the best, most dangerous players in the league, we had him in our back pocket. With likes of 09, Danny Barr, Lyndon Gooch, who I'm going to say, by the way, I know he was actually man of the match by Sky Sports, he was given, but for me, he was 100% man of the match. And I said it after 45 minutes. I was saying that lad is playing out of his skin. Defensively, he was incredible. Positionally, to get on, either side, you've got Teller on one side, you've got Rory at times on the other. The nightmares to deal with, absolutely nightmares. And even if Lyndon Gooch was sort of taken on once, he gets straight back into position with his pace, his strength and his power. And he was getting last-ditch challenges. There was times where I think he was, it might have been Rory on one side, and he's tried to get just little things. He tried to get the cross in once. Lyndon gets down, sliding challenge, blocks the cross, he goes back to Rory, he's still on the floor, Gooch, and Rory tries to get it back in again, then he goes back on his feet, straight again, sliding challenges, blocks it again, it goes out for a corner. But it was non-stop, it was absolutely relentless. And then when he saw that, at times when Ekwa and Dhannoo, they were out of position in the middle, he would run himself into the middle and get a block on the edge of the box down the centre, even though he's supposed to be left back. He was just taking everything into his own hands defensively, Lyndon Gooch. And that's what I absolutely love about the lad. His drive and his desire and his will to put his body on the line was absolutely outstanding. It was second to none. You need to give credit to Danny Bart as well and Luke O'Nien. Luke O'Nien had a stormer, by the way, absolute stormer, and you need to give him credit when credit's due. Because the thing is, this will be forgotten about in a week with Luke O'Nien, because there's some people out there who just hate Luke O'Nien purely because of the way that he is. He's got the sort of butter wouldn't melt face and the smile and the happiness, and what'll happen? He'll make one error or a bad pass in a week or two, and then people say, "Oh, he only smiles as shit." When against Burnley, to get a clean sheet against Burnley, their first time anyone's gone to Turf Moor and got themselves a clean sheet, as I say, that isn't an easy feat at all. And Luke O'Nien's achieved it. So you give the lad some credit. He was outstanding. He plays right back, left back, centre mid, centre back. He can play keeper. He's a striker, that lad. Luke O'Nien, he could do it anywhere. So you give him credit when credit's due. Danny Bart, I know I'm going to say it in another video, but he's my player of the season, Danny Bart, anyway, so we'll put that for another video. Another outstanding showing from him. Barnes up top is not an easy customer at all for Burnley. I know he's been sort of in and out the side this season, but he's a sort of old school striker, bit of a brute, physical. He's not to say that he can't use his feet, of course. He did get one really good chance in that first half where a deflected shot, a block shot, did fall back to Barnes, and he arguably should have at least hit the target, and he's put it over the bar. He was looking for the far corner, the top corner, and it goes over. But other than that, we really limited them. I think there was a chance as well that shot from distance, and it's kind of gone through a load of bodies. It's gone straight at Pato and makes himself big, good save. And and again, Pato, people seem to think that I hate the lad, and I've made the point of this over the last few videos. But it was great. It was fantastic. I've never said that he's a bad goalkeeper, but it was fantastic. And when he does, poor things, I will call a spade, as I do the same with any other player. Pat was fantastic. He calms us down with it. He's claiming of the ball in the air, which again I've said has been his massive improvement over the last 12 months, 18 months. He's been outstanding because he used to be really sort of frail and weak in the air, and he'd be bullied out in the air, and now he's claiming balls, and it really just relieves the pressure off the defence, and we can break. And like I say, we could have, on another day, Patrick Roberts, he cut inside several times from right to left. He tested the keeper once in that first half. In the second, Diallo, as I say, he hit the bar. We could have scored ourselves. It was just a really, really good team performance. It was good to see Mishu, and his new chant is absolutely phenomenal. Barkhurst on, of course. Lahaji, he was doing a good little sort of press. But against a team like Burnley, I wasn't expecting much. I said in the preview to this game, I was expecting a 3-1 defeat. But we really matched him. We matched him, and with all, no disrespect to Burnley, we made them look relatively average. You could see, they had the ball, a lot of the ball, and that must kill us at times because we're generally a team that's known for a lot of possession-based football, and we had to allow them and pay that respect, but not too much respect to the point where we're sat on the edge of our box for 90 minutes. We didn't do that at all. We defended when we needed to, pressed when we needed to, as I say, but we paid the respect and the right amount of respect as well. But for me, in terms of the best team I have seen this season, Sheffield United for me, I think at times have looked better. From what I've seen against us anyway, I think the best team we've played is Sheffield United. Both times were outstanding. You can see the real quality come through. Burnley, that second half showing at the Stadium Light, they were fantastic as well, where they just tore us a new one. When they turn the switch, they can be a nightmare to play against. But other than that, I think we played really well against them. And, fair play to Burnley. They've won the league pretty much, haven't they? They're a cracking side. And the way that Company's gone in there, it's changed the way they look at football in general. It's changed the way that side play. Everyone just looked at Burnley as sort of physical, lump it football. And now they're playing football on the ground. It must be great for us Burnley fans to watch. So, fair play to them. I have a lot of respect for that club and that team. But a very, very good point on the road. Last few games, we had Norwich, Sheffield United, Luton, and of course Burnley as well. I didn't expect any points. So to come away with a win against Norwich, a draw, and another draw now against Burnley as well. You take it, and we need to remember and take a bit of what's the word now? Just look at it from the standpoint as, we were a team that did just come up from League One. Granted, I get it, and it is frustrating that we spent a large chunk of the season flirting with the playoffs and being in the playoffs for a large chunk as well. I think third at one point. But that is overachieving for a team that did just come out of League One. And we just set a completely different standard. We can set a completely different standard for ourselves. I expected maybe a mid-table finish. I would have been very, very happy. At the beginning of the season, I'd be incredibly happy with a mid-table finish. I think we're going to achieve that. There's still a small glimmer of hope that we could, of course, head for the playoffs. And there's no reason why we couldn't just go for it. Just got to take each game as it comes, go for it. You know, we have the quality. I think on any other day, you know, with our injury list, if that were just eradicated, but it's going to happen every season. There's going to be big injuries to every team, every season. At some point throughout the season, there's going to be big injuries. With a full squad, I think we could take on most teams in this league. I'm fully confident of that. You know, I'm now adding to it in the summer as well. But for now, I'm happy where we are. I've loved, it's not over the season, of course, but I've loved this season. Absolutely loved it. You know, we've got a really exciting young team. We're really fighting for the badge. And it's something that I haven't seen in many, many years. So, you know, particularly last night when I saw that, I was really proud. Really proud of the lads. But yeah, so that's it, guys. A brilliant 0-0 draw away against Burnley. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you have enjoyed, please hit the like button for me. It's always so appreciated. I know so many of you guys, you're either not subscribed or you're watching but not hitting the like button. Please hit the like button for me. It really does help. And subscribe if you're new to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, take care. Stay jammy.